double chapters this time. That's pretty rare, I guess, because the other chapters weren't really that good before. Well, the despair is growing there, just as it does in real life, although in real life it's not really that bad either. Hi, for those who are watching, it's me, the angry and fan, the despair reviewer. Although life in real life is not exactly that despairing, I will talk about that in a live stream. Now onward to the chapter. First off, the Nanatsu no Taizai, as I said, there is two chapters this week. Not sure why. Something about that I guess. First off is chapter 246, a chance meeting where Estarosa finally wakes up from his, dream. The strange thing is that before he dreams, he actually sees Elizabeth. And this is also a very strange thing. You all remember that way before Elizabeth even awoke as the goddess Elizabeth, she also had a dream where she was searching for Meliodas, and then she saw Estarosa. So I'm just saying, there is some kind of connection between Elizabeth and Estarosa, or something else. Well, either way, Estarosa awakens only to find a new demon watching over him. A childlike demon, I guess, called Peronia. She is, of course, admiring his that stuff, something like that. He's been out for 3 or 4 days. As Meliodas actually approaches the door, Zeldaris do not exactly greet him, which is out to be expected, but he sits on the throne saying that he got nerve and the fact that he brought the filthy goddess with him. As Chandler tries to put in words into this, Meliodas silences him. So Meliodas proclaims his ambitions to become the Demon King. Of course, Zeldaris, being Zeldaris, do not want to do that. So his brother Estarosa now also comes back and says that while he doesn't give a damn about the throne of the Demon King, if they're gonna fight over it, they want him. This does confirm that yes, these three are brothers, and very likely they never really had a good relationship to begin with. My guess is Estarosa was just obsessed with fighting, Zeldaris has been obsessed with ambition, and Meliodas, well, to be fair, what has been Meliodas' goal all this time? No idea. We never could know. And the strange thing is, as soon as he says Elizabeth, he immediately recognizes her as Elizabeth. But the strange thing is, she apparently has never met him, Estarosa, I mean. Not even now that she is beginning to awaken her memories as the goddess of Elizabeth, it seems like she has never met Estarosa. So yeah, there is some kind of mysterious connection there. So and it turns out that Meliodas is not the only one who has, well, fallen in love with Elizabeth. Well, Meliodas has definitely fallen in love, but Estarosa now decides to take Elizabeth as his prey, saying something like, "You can have the throne, but I want Elizabeth." So yeah, maybe Elizabeth just had that kind of power, affect the brothers of the Demon King. Well, everyone except Zeldaris, so to speak. Hmm. Kinda strange, I mean. But hey, it's Estarosa. His mind is also a bit difficult to envision. Of course, Meliodas, being Meliodas, refuses, so the two brothers immediately charge at him. However, Meliodas shows his newfound power, while at the same time wraps Elizabeth in a protective shield and pushes them all over a heavy chunk of darkness, as well as push back Kusik with his darkness alone. Apparently, this is the true power of Meliodas, and not only that, uh, the true power of a demon king, because not even Zeldaris can cancel the ability, and his ability is to cancel all magic thanks to the demon king's power. So this is without a doubt the reveal that Meliodas really is the one most fit to become the Demon King according to his father's wishes. As he pushes his brothers down in gravity and darkness, he proclaims that it's time we have a talk. And so that chapter ends. But the chapter continues in 247, so to speak. And as I said before, I will review both these chapters into this review. In this one, Elizabeth, showing her kindness, says to Meliodas not to kill his brothers. And Estarosa, well, he is only giddy, because, well, this shows that this is the Meliodas that he looked up to as well as feared all those time ago. However, he still hungers for Elizabeth, but he's quiet for now. Zeldaris is the only one who is do not really care, and for all of this. And he says that you only wanted the throne so you can dispel the curse on the woman and you. And Meliodas do not deny that that is his goal. Uh, However, he does say, apparently, what many have guessed. Yes, killing Zeldaris will probably not have dispelled the curse, because he says that even if I took that strength you borrowed, it wouldn't have the power to free this curse. So Zeldaris still proclaims he's going to be the Demon King as he charges against his brother, but of course cannot do anything about it. Ian, as all the while he protects Elizabeth, as he puts Zeldaris in a chokehold or something. He, I know why you're obsessed with becoming the Demon King. He whispers something in Zeldaris' ears, and finally Zeldaris actually decides to, okay, I'll listen. So whatever he whispered, I do not know. After all, why is Zeldaris so obsessed with becoming the Demon King? I mean, it could be many, many different reasons. Power, ambition. As I said before, I have my suspicions that Meliodas, as the Commandment Meliodas, was quite the big brother bully, so maybe Zeldaris just wanted to have the absolute power for something else. However, the fact that Meliodas whispered into Zeldaris' ears seems to suggest that there is a deeper uh, you know, desire for Zeldaris to become the Demon King. Huh. Wouldn't that be fun if he wants to be the Demon King so he could revive his lost love? I doubt Zeldaris is that corny, although if he did, then I guess even Zeldaris has his emotions, so I wouldn't mind that. Or maybe he just wants to become the Demon King so he can destroy everything that he said. Either way, Zeldaris backs off for now. And whatever he did, we do not know. And now, how will Meliodas reach the level of the Demon King? He begins to talk about their father, and apparently, a long time ago, the reason why the Demon King's power is so power is because a long time ago he had deep strength. However, he split his strength into half and granted it to his servants with the plan to take control of it all at once. Um, but apparently, the power that he split was so dangerous that it could even threaten him, the Demon King. So he decides to do something else. Instead of splitting it half to many of his servant, half to his servant, who I guess must have been one of the greater people. He instead split it into 10 fragments. Yes, and those are the commandments of the 10. That is the Demon King's true power, and why the commandments' powers are so absolute. They're not just curses that the Demon King has created. No, they are fragments of his power. That's dangerous. So Meliodas wants to get all the commandments, and with that he will get the power of the Demon King. And it turns out Zeldaris actually knows how to do it, because he has already recovered the ability from Gother, Gloxnia, and Dolor, with an ability not even Estarosa was familiar with, and he shows that to him. Apparently, he can take away a commandment's power, but the only way to do that is if the user is rendered powerless and or unable to fight. So he doesn't work on Estarosa as he can fight. And apparently the reason why he could take Dolor, Gloxney, and Gothers was because Gother wasn't loyal to the Demon King, and neither was Gloxney and Dolor, so those were special cases. I mean, this does contradict a slightly thing on what the Demon King said to Meliodas in Purgatory. He said that the only way to free oneself from a commandment was either defeat the commandment user or death. However, it could very well mean that the Demon King meant to freed from the curse that was placed on him by the commandment. Therefore, he was struck by Estarosa's love, but only when he died was he freed from that love, therefore immune to it. I guess. Huh, who knows? Not that I'm actually so much think that. And now Estarosa begins to show his dark side again, as he actually says, "What if what if they're killed? Can we still take them?" It's worth noting that even Zeldaris has never really thought about that. Zeldaris is a ruthless man and one who hungers for power. However, not even he considers the fact of killing the other 10 commandments just to take their commandments. But if even if the commandment died, that the commandment power will still remain in the corpse, ready to be removed. So the only ones left are Galen, Metaskala, and Grey Lord, as well as Derere and you know, Moonspiet. Isn't that really right? But Grey Lord was defeated by Merlin, so apparently Meliodas had already taken Grey Lord's commandment. How he when he did that, no idea. But who knows? Or or it meant something else. It's worth noting that none of them are actually mentioning, you know, none of them are actually mentioning Moonspit and Derere into this conversation. Maybe because they believe that they are dead and doesn't really know where the commandments are. So, so he orders his two brothers to find the commandments and do it. As he is a traitor of the demon kind, the others will not hand over them, so he trusts the other to do that. However, Chandler knows that the only reason why he doesn't want to go out and do it himself is to protect Elizabeth. And so the two brothers of Seldoris and Estarosa goes out. But Seldoris warns Estarosa not to take the commandments and for himself. There has been some hints that yes, Estarosa is also a power-hungry man. However, unlike Seldoris, he doesn't seem to be the kind of power-hungry for ambition, more like power-hungry for power alone. And there has even been some implying that he may very well be more evil than Seldoris himself. So yeah, things are getting grim. Back on the Seven Deadly Sins, of course, Elaine is crying, but they all hope that that Ban will return. As Gofford tries to recover, and Merlin realizes that Grey Lord's commandment has been stolen. But then she notices the two commandments of Seldoris and Estarosa getting close. As Estarosa just looks at us in that picture. I mean, that is quite a freaky picture. He looks at us, ready to almost says, what happened now? Yeah, the despair is growing. However, unlike others' despair, this seems to be some kind of else despair, so who knows? The Demon King's two sons are now heading out, ready to recover their commandments. Marashkaila and Greyrord are in the presence of Merlin. They only need Marashkaila, and she's trapped, so she can just kill her and take her commandment. As for Derry and Moonspit, who knows? We cannot forget that Goddess clan has also been revived. No way that they are gonna be able to stay hidden once they arrive. Things are now gonna take an escalating turn. Elsewhere, I mean, these two chapters wasn't that bad. Some drama moments, some evil moments. I mean, evil Meliodas is pretty badass, but scary at the same time. But yeah, his ambitions are not exactly fully known. He really do want to break the curse on Elizabeth um, and himself. Yet he still hungers for the throne of the Demon King. Will Ban make it back in time? Who knows? And what will the Goddess clan target next? You give me your thoughts if you have any. Next chapter is our choice. That can mean many things.